What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We got Madden Machines content review. We're going through the cards, what to do with our investments, sell now, hold, and we're going to go through what to do with training because I know a lot of people have invested in training and it's maybe not gone the way you planned this week. So I'm going to kind of talk about the best ways to turn training into coins, but let's not waste any time. Hop right into the video. So we're going to go through the 92 overalls. There's 4 92s, 6 96s, and 2 98 champions. 92 overall, Jerry Hillary. There also are 88 overalls, but we're not going to really get into those. Michael Pittman Jr., his first card, he has gone this entire year, which is a little bit surprising. I will say with a lot of these cards, the stats are a little bit underwhelming. 82 deep route running for Michael Pittman. I don't know. It could have been a little bit better. Xavier Howard gets his first card of the year, but only 92 speed, 87 press, 86 man. He just doesn't really seem, he's not going to, I wouldn't really say enter too many starting laps other than maybe Dolphins theme team. Taylor Heineke, 91 speed. This card isn't the worst, right? Scrambler. I'm sure he'll be able to get escape artist. 91 speed, 95 throw on the run, throw power 94. And then here are the heroes, 96 overall. Tre'Davious White, an upgrade from his 90 overall Gridiron Guardians 1 card. This promo, by the way, doesn't really seem to have any, I would say, meaning behind it. It's kind of just players that are just getting upgrades, like cards that are due for upgrades. But Tre'Davious White, 93 speed, not the greatest. He's not the tallest cornerback in the game. Devontae Smith, I actually think this card is very, very good. 95 speed route runner archetype, and I want to say he is 6 foot or 6'1". So Devontae Smith gets his fourth card this year. He had the rookie champion. He had the Christmas Day promo card kind of, and then now he has this 96 overall champion. Shaq Barrett, and the only thing kind of downside about this card is 89 speed. Just can't. It's not up to play, I think, with the outside linebackers we've gone recently, really in like Khalil Mack. Even Chandler Jones, I think, is a little bit more faster than Shaq Barrett. Jason Peters, left tackle, Eagles theme team, Bears theme team, 98 strength. I mean, I'm not going to go through offensive lineman stats. They're not that important, really. I feel like a 92 overall lineman is going to play the same, really, as a 99 overall lineman, but Jason Peters, 96 overall, a solid little card. Xavier McKinney, hybrid. I know the hybrid safeties kind of got a boost into their AP. Their mid-zone and deep zone KOs are now 1 AP instead of 2. 94 speed, 99 pursuit. This card is not too bad. I don't know the height on Xavier McKinney, but actually not a terrible card. Nick Chubb, power back, so he's going to have, I think, tank as a cheaper ability, but 94 speed isn't super fast, but I think it's good enough to be using in Madden 22. 97 break tackle, 96 trucking, catching. As long as it's above 70, I think it's good enough. Change of direction is a little bit low, but Nick Chubb being the last champion, or actually not the champion, hero, there's another thing to go through with only the 96 overall heroes. They have what these called overdrive, and it's basically you add like a little bit extra 5 training and you could boost basically like speed and acceleration, but at the cost of being your other stats kind of going down, or you can just choose to run the normal stats on the card. So you can probably get Nick Chubb. Basically all the 96 heroes should have a +1 speed if you overdrive them. But now hopping into the champions, we've got Anthony Barr. This one was a little bit surprising, for an upgrade from his most feared LTD. 98 overall run stopper Anthony Barr, 94 speed, so he's not Micah Parsons. He's not, I would say, who else is the other fast outside linebacker? Josh Allen. I think -1 speed from those guys. Not the best pass rushing kind of stats, but he has good block shed, I guess, at 92. Overall, I'm a used to day fan. I love Anthony Barr, but it's not the greatest card, although these are basically motivator cards. I'm actually going to pause it because I went through too fast on my screen. But Anthony Barr is going to give +1 power move, finesse move, block shed to all it says D tackles, right outside linebackers, and middle linebackers. So if you remember from old school Maddens like 15, 16, 17, we had these cards called motivators. They basically give boosts out to your actually entire team, but these ones give out boosts to kind of just positional, basically, like, I don't know, like similarities, I guess, outside linebacker, middle linebackers, and defensive tackle. Defensive tackle I don't really understand, but Anthony Barr gonna give out a boost there. He will not have overdrive, I do believe, but don't quote me on that. And then the other champion, and I know I'm not going to talk about Tyreek Hill at all in terms of the trade and everything, me being a Chiefs fan. If you want me to kind of discuss Tyreek Hill, I'm going to be live on Twitch at 6 p.m. West Coast time. Little Tyreek Hill memorial actually to start the stream, but this card is actually very, very good. 98 speed, so powered up, we'll have 99 speed, no needing any strat cards, any theme team boost. But Tyreek Hill, of course, an upgrade from his 94 overall harvest card, and we did not actually see the motivator boost for Tyreek Hill. Set wise, basically the exact same thing as the free agent ones, right? 92 overall 88s, it's going to require 5 88s, and then the 88 overall one is, I think, 3 85s and 1 83. The hero sets is going to be 4 92 overall Madden Machine players. I think you get the pup. Doesn't look like you get the pup, unfortunately. And then, of course, the champion sets are going to be 3 96 overall Madden Machines. And, of course, you're going to get those all back with the 98 overall card. And his power-up, I do believe, also this was like the blowout image. So before Tyreek Hill got revealed. Solo challenge wise, there are solos, of course. The reward being a 95 overall Jacoby Myers. We do not have these stats. They have not shown the stats of the Jacoby Myers. The other thing being we do not have any LTDs for this program, which is a little bit shocking. My kind of overall thoughts on this program, I think Tyreek Hill massively saved this program. I mean, looking at it, Anthony Barr I thought was one of the worst champions we've gone in recent promos. No LTD, so rerolls are kind of be dead. Tyreek Hill I think was basically it gave this promo life, and it is going to be a two-part promo. If you are curious, two-part promo this is going to be, so there will be another drop maybe either Tuesday or next Friday, but that's kind of my thoughts on the Tyreek Hill and the, I guess, promo situation. We're not going to hop into our investments. Okay, so investment-wise, because we actually did hit on a couple of different reduxes. We've seen reduxes go crazy in the past, but Nick Chubb being the first one, he actually has barely moved. I was scooping him up for pretty much under 35k going into this promo because I felt like there's a good chance of Nick Chubb getting an upgrade. His redux at 40k, and I actually like picking up his redux at 40k. I think it's a very low risk, high ceiling investment. I think he gets more around the 65, 75k mark tomorrow when his card gets actually put into the game. Nick Chubb, a very popular player, a running back. A lot of people are going to want to power him up, get that +1 speed. But that's Nick Chubb. Shaq Barrett, his has actually gone up a ton. I actually had 2 Shaq Barretts I bought for 40,000 coins. He's at 80, 136. And by the way, for Nick Chubb, of course, you are going to want to hold till tomorrow. Shaq Barrett, I think anything above 80k selling at, kind of doubling your investment, I think is fine. Shaq Barrett, really probably not the best card in the entire program. If you can get 80k for him on basically a 40k or less investment, love that from Shaq Barrett. Now moving on to Anthony Barr. This is a big one now. Unfortunately, Anthony Barr was one of our free agent investments, and I probably had 8 or 9 of his cards going into the free agency promo. Unfortunately, I sold them for about 125 a week ago. Now he's selling about 240k, and I do think if you want to power up Anthony Barr, go buy his redux right now. We saw with Evan Ingram and Davante Adams, their reduxes kind of on actually getting their card put in the game went up a ton. Evan Ingram went from like 400k to 800k, and Davante Adams went from 600k to a mil basically on the actual release day. So if you have, or if you plan on powering up Anthony Barr, I do suggest actually buying for 240, not really as an investment, just kind of to buy for your team. If you have Anthony Barr investments, I say just hold. You probably get 350, 400k for that redux Anthony Barr. But now we're going to talk about Tyreek Hill, and this one's going to be a little bit more complicated because we're actually going to use the past and kind of some, I don't know, history. Whenever we do investments and we kind of see post-reveal, post-release, when to sell, we always use the past to kind of tell us what to do. So starting off with the Harvest Tyreek Hill going for about 129, 145, and we're actually going to use Deion Sanders because he had a 94 overall Harvest card when his GG2 champion came out, and we're going to kind of see how that 94 Harvest card reacted on the market. So it started out about 125 before his reveal into the game. When he actually got put into the game, his card spiked up all the way up to about 250k, so basically doubled in price for a champion, for a set card. It's going to require 392 overall Harvest, guys, for the Deion Sanders Harvest card, but 125 to 250. Now taking a look at Tyreek Hill, he kind of started out at about 70k. I bought my 2 cards for 70k. He's going for 130, 145, and I do think Tyreek Hill isn't going to go up to 250, but I do think there is room to grow for his kind of his Harvest card. I think he gets to kind of 175, 180-ish. I don't think he goes below 130, so you don't have to worry about him actually dropping in price tomorrow. I do think look to sell him out tomorrow afternoon. Try to get about 175, 180 or more for the Harvest Tyreek Hill. Now moving on to the core leaks. Core leak, we're going to use a different example. But right now, his core leak going for around 58 to 59,000 coins. I bought my Tyreek Hill at about 13 and 15k. I think it was a week and a half ago when the theme team boost, the theme team packs came out, and then last weekend I bought a couple more for 15k. But we're going to be using this for this one. Davante Adams, of course, he just got his 98 overall champion. He has an 88 overall core leak, and we could use basically the exact kind of, I don't know, history of what the card went. So again, started out 15k, similar to the Tyreek Hill core elite. Now on reveal of the Davante Adams last week, of course, he spiked to 140. On reveal, he went up to about 63, 65, 75k. Now I actually thought we should have sold 75k. I sold my Davante Adams last week for 75k. However, when he actually got put into the game, right, the 98 champion got put into the game, his core elite soared all the way up to 140k. And it's kind of a perfect guideline for what I think Tyreek Hill is going to do. Started at 15, on reveal, goes up to 58, 60-ish K. And I think Tyreek Hill goes up to maybe not 150k, but I think easily over 100,000 coins tomorrow on the extra release. Now, investment-wise, so I think you should buy Tyreek Hill for 58k. I don't know. The post-reveal investments are always tricky, but I think if you can see one under 50k, buy it. Under 55, buy it. But I think Tyreek Hill can easily get up to around that 120, not 125, but like 100 to 125k range at the least. Right, Corley, he's pretty much the only, I think, meta card to drop in this program. I mean, who is going out of their way to pick up Anthony Barr, to pick up Nick Chubb with 94 speed, to pick up Shaq Barrett? I think Tyreek Hill is kind of the only like W card in this program, so I think he's kind of the main focus of everyone when they're upgrading their team is picking up Tyreek Hill. All right, so now moving on to the training, and it's kind of the end of this video, but we do have a lot to talk about when it comes to the training market because, well, there are no LTDs in Rerolls. Now, there could be the 98 champions in the Rerolls. We saw that with GG2. They had no LTDs, and their 97 overall champions were in the Rerolls. I think the market can go two ways. One, no LTDs in Rerolls, no 98s in Rerolls. I think the trading market kind of goes back down to what it was last Saturday, so really like 2.7, 2.8 per. If there are 98 champions in these Rerolls, they'll basically act as an LTD. And I don't see trading really going up because, well, Tyreek Hill and Anthony Barr, it's just the difference between like champions and LTDs and Rerolls. There's a big difference like from a mental part, from the mindset. I think if there's LTDs and Rerolls, there's a little bit more trading demand than champions and Rerolls. But I do think trading kind of just stays the same. Maybe it goes up a little bit in the first hour or two and eventually drops. I think either way though, trading is going to kind of just drop, not like crash hard. It's already crashed, right? We went from what, we went from 4.2 last Thursday and Friday all the way down to 2.8, 2.9 on Saturday. I think trading right now, which is about like 3.1, 3.2, I'd say. I think trading kind of just drops to back down to like kind of that 2.8, 2.9K. We're at 2.9 per range for trading if there are no LTDs and no 98 champions, but you might have some trading left over from past week and you've invested and kind of this week hasn't gone to your plan. Now, if you've been following my Twitter, you'll know I put all my trading, I kind of saw a little gap in the market into veteran reels yesterday. I did. I'll throw the stats on the screen from my tweet. I rolled something like 112 veteran reels, basically liquidated. I had 15 million coins invested into about 5 mil worth of trading, and I kind of liquidated it through veterans because I didn't want to basically rely on the Madden Machines reroll to be a W. So I basically just said, hey, I'm going to do veteran rerolls, and I kind of just cashed out, got a little bit extra coins, basically ended up making like an extra 850K, either if I just were to sell in the market, if I did veteran rerolls, and I made an extra 850K. But we're actually going to go through and kind of talk about what you can do with trading if you don't want to risk kind of the 98 champions being in rerolls tomorrow. Now, of course, you have your 88 overall kind of free agency reroll that you can still do right now because Clowney and Cooper are in rolls, or what we're going to talk about is kind of some wild card Wednesday possibilities. So first up, we have veterans. Now, unfortunately, veterans at the time right now aren't going for much. All the 96 overalls that were going for 175 yesterday are going for 130. Emmanuel Sanders was going for 225 yesterday. He's going for 190. And Wes Welker, who was going for 275 yesterday, is going for 210. So I think any of the kind of profit and like kind of just opportunity of kind of making extra coins through veterans is kind of just gone. Looking at heavyweights, it's a little bit better because they're not frequently as pulled. There are a couple of 95 overalls that go for that 115 to 120K range, being Alex Leatherwood, the Packers center, Quan Alexander, and the Cowboys center. There also is Jeffrey Simmons, which goes for about 160K for a 96 overall. So heavyweights aren't terrible. I think right now they're better than veterans. Of course, better than Rising Stars. Rising Stars really don't have any much value other than Trey Lance, but flashbacks. So we're going to talk about, and I actually did one reroll earlier this morning, got Chandler Jones kind of to liquidate my coins into trading. Flashbacks have a bunch of cards that go for above trading value. There's a bunch of 95 overalls like Jimmy Ward. That one's up for 104, but Jimmy Ward really goes for around 125 to 150K most of the day. You also have, I believe it's Chandler Jones, a 94 overall that goes for around 125 to 130, and in comparison to 70K, that's what a 94 overall goes for right now. You also have Derek Carr and Jason Myers, which go for around 120, which is about 30K over what a 95 overall goes for on the market, being kind of around the 90K mark, lazy selling. I think the flashback just has the most cards above trading value. It's the best way to kind of turn your trading into coins with also getting a little bit lucky, I would say, because of course you can always just do the like 95 overall free agent roll, well not roll, just 95 overall free agent player. You can do the 93 overall backer baller roll and kind of just eliminate any luck and just do the champion set, sell the champion cards. But if you're kind of wanting to have a little bit of fun, I think the flashback reroll is probably the best way to turn trading into coins with a little bit of an upside. Of course, with Chandler Jones, Jason Myers, Derek Carr. But that is all for this video. I know we actually had a lot to talk about with kind of this reveal, kind of had a couple different investments, kind of unique opportunities when it comes to Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb, Shaq Barrett, and then we kind of wanted to talk about trading a little bit. I'm going to be talking more about LTDs and what I'm going to be planning moving forward when it comes to LTD investments, because my mindset has changed in the past week or two with all these cheap LTDs dropping, kind of the expensive LTDs price. If you're curious about that, hop and stream 6 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to be streaming for a few hours tonight. Weekend League, market, whole lot of shabazz. But that is all for this video. Comment if you have any questions, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. And until next time, peace.